I would say that you're very intentional about living by the principle of love.
I don't want to give room to the enemy
Mhm.
for me to start doubting God. I don't refuse to give him an inch of doubt for
Yeah.
him to use it against me and stuff like that. So
That's good.
he helped me open my eyes, like, look at the situation and stop and just think what's really going on. And now
Yeah.
it helped me to get deeper into the problem. Like, instead of looking at surface, like, I'm just pissed off. Like, now, what's really going on, David?
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Valley of the Heroic podcast. Today, I am here with my boy David. Yeah. My boy David Sainville.
Yes, sir.
One of the greatest basketball players in the Roselle, Elizabeth, Linden, Union County. Out here, Union County. No, but David is somebody that I've had the pleasure of attending church with, worshiping Jesus with, working with closely. At one point, you were my assistant at one of our previous jobs, and just saw you as a person who just always goes above and beyond in everything that you do, has an amazing heart. So I know that this episode is going to bless you guys, and I'm just really excited for us to just dive into his story and to his heart and everything that you love about life, bro. Not too much basketball talk. We know you're a big he's a big Pacers fan. We'll start with that, right?
Is that obvious?
Bro, actually, a good way to start, I think, is I've even talked to Bree. Bree is his wife, right? And had like really nice conversations about you, actually, and just talking about your heart and how it's almost like big things can happen and storms can happen and you're good, like you're chilling. You have this like faith and trust in God that I think really speaks to me personally as your friend. Where does that come from? Like, is that something you're even aware of? Do you think it's always been that way? Is it a natural gift, or is that something God gave you later on?
It's actually it's more of a decision. I intentionally make a decision to basically trust God and never, whenever tight situations happen in my life. I always go back to when I was younger. It was probably when I was like maybe 24, 25 maybe. And I remember I used to work overnight shift, and I was the delivery driver for meds and nursing home. I was delivering medicines to nursing homes and hospitals and stuff like that in the middle of the night. And I remember I had to drive all the way to Cape May. Oh my God, bro.
That's at least 2 hours?
Three hours, bro. And that's with no traffic and everything like that. And you know how bad it is? There's a traffic light on the parkway. Yeah. I kid you not, bro. As I'm driving,
deep to find that.
As I'm driving, I see a traffic light. I'm like, is that real? Traffic on the parkway? And it's not like you can go left or right. It's just right there. I'm like, am I being punked or something?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. But anyway, so I was doing that for like a month, and that takes a toll on me because then I remember I was working at the church as well. Mm-hmm. So whenever I did the overnight drive, I usually walk to the church and then work at the church, make sure to get ready for Sunday morning, and then walk home. And then I remember there was one particular night, I requested the night off. And obviously it was denied. And I remember spiritually, I was going through at that moment I was going through questioning God's love for me. I didn't know. I felt I needed something to for him to show me that he loves me and stuff like that. And so I remember setting up my my iTunes playlist, because I tried everything to stay awake. I tried apple, banana, coffee, Red Bull. It's just not working. So somebody said try putting music, and which I did, and I put all hype up music and stuff like that. Yeah. And then I set up a playlist with just all hip hop, something that gets me like up. Mm-hmm. So I remember that one particular night I was driving, and I remember, I don't know what happened. I remember I woke up and there's literally a car right in front of me, and I literally dodged it seconds Like it was to this day, I still have that memory in my head and imagine like would I still be here if I didn't wake up in time, basically.
Yeah.
And then I remember after that incident happened, when you go through something like this, you're wide awake now
Yeah,
because
no,
that
yeah,
was
now it's
that's
over.
scary. So when I basically try and drive, like, oh, like this could have been bad and stuff like that. The next song that played was "Your Love" by Brendan Heath. I swear, I cried and I said, God, I promise you, I will never question your love for me, and I
Wow.
promise I will always trust you, and I will forever keep this memory in my memory tank. So after I watched Inside Out,
Uh-huh.
that bubble thing,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I told myself
The
I'm gonna
what is it
keep
called? The
that.
core memory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool memory. I made promise myself I will never forget this moment and I will never question you, God. So whenever I go through hard stuff in life, I always lean to that moment like, no, God, you love me. You've proved to me you love me. I'm not gonna question you. We're gonna get through. You're gonna help me get through this together. You're gonna help me overcome. So no matter what difficulty I have in life, I always, I still know like what is going on, but then I'm like, no, whoa, no, you good. God loves you. He will never let you down. Something's gonna happen. I'm good. So I just place my confidence in God, and then yeah, and then I just somehow He helps me overcome whatever comes my way.
Yeah, yeah, you're able to
So
overcome.
yeah,
That's
so
really dope, bro. I'm glad I asked that question, by the way, because
yeah, man.
that's so insightful because especially how you tied it into it basically being a core memory. Because I think there's a lot of times where we just kind of you see it all throughout the Bible, like people forget what God does. And key word that you said at the beginning was the key words I should say that you said at the beginning was it's a decision. And that moment you made that decision when that song came on and you realized, oh snap.
Yes. This is what are the odds of that song literally coming on right after that moment happened? Even if I accidentally added to my playlist, out of all 200 hip hop music, this song popped up. I was like, you got it, God. You got it. You got it. I'll never question you again. So, yeah, there's been a lot of moments in life where, things happen and then God showed himself to me again. So, there's a lot of things that happen, but this particular moment I will never forget in my life. Never. So, that definitely plays a big part to me, like, overcoming.
That's crazy, bro. Wow. I love that so much. I love that so much. And it's speaking to me right now, honestly, like I'm processing just how much it's important to be decisive about how we're going to approach God and how we're going to look at him. There's a big thing that I've been praying for lately that's like um it's it's gonna have to be a miracle, right? And I'm praying through it. And was it this morning? I think it might have been this morning. This morning I caught myself thinking of alternatives, right? Like ways that I can make something happen
Mm-hmm.
and figure it out, right? And I caught myself um because not only am I praying for it, but you ever pray for something and you ever feel like you already got it in the bag, like God already got it in the bag, but he
Yeah.
still wants you to pray, like you still got to labor through that
Yeah,
thing.
of course.
And so that's how I feel, right? But mind you, in this moment, this morning, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, okay, but what if this happens? Maybe I could do this. And then, after that we can figure it out this way. Like I'm just figuring out, mapping things out in my own head.
Yeah.
And I stop myself and I'm like, yo, I'm being Sarah right now. That's literally what I said to myself. I think I said I'm souring right now. Because like God promises them a child and it doesn't come the baby doesn't come immediately. So she's like, okay, go sleep with my
Word.
my what's the term, the servant, right?
Yes.
My maiden or whatever translation, whatever, right? Because she's like, okay, well, God said he's gonna give us a child, maybe we gotta do it like this. And then the craziest part to me about that is that the fact that and then afterwards she's bitter about that,
The whole
even though
situation.
she was the one who initiated it.
Yeah.
how many times do we catch ourselves trying to like finagle the situation
Word.
rather than just choosing to trust, like you said, right? And that's not easy.
Oh,
I'm not
definitely.
gonna say it's
Oh yeah,
easy,
definitely not. Nah.
especially when you're going through like a tough time or you believing for something really big or whatever it is, right?
Mhm.
But choosing to trust God is still a choice that we have to consciously make.
Yep.
What for you have you seen as the difference between the moments you choose to trust him and the moments that you maybe falter in trusting him? If there's even been any.
I mean, because I usually try to catch myself,
Yeah.
like even if I try to second guess it, I was like, no, remember, we're trusting God. I was like, all right, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. So I try to push myself to lean towards trusting God instead of
Mm-hmm.
thinking totally opposite. Basically, it's basically how would I say it's basically I don't want to give room to the enemy
Mm-hmm.
for me to start doubting God. I refuse to let the enemy give me. I refuse to give him an inch of doubt for
Yeah,
him to use it against me and stuff like that. So
that's good.
I try to immediately like catch it, like no, God's got me. I'm good. We're good. So yeah.
That's
So and
amazing.
then
That's like, I'm taking that for me, bro, because that's good. That's really good,
yeah,
man.
that moment, bro, literally like changed my life completely. Like I've felt so much joy, understanding how I need to start falling in love with God and everything like that. Is that moment just clicked? There's a lot of moments that click, but this one is a special moment that I will never forget. That I'll never forget.
Yeah. I
Mm.
could only imagine because that last second, it's that last
To
second,
this
like what
day,
woke you
man.
up besides like the Holy Spirit just
Yeah,
being like,
exactly.
boom.
Yo, and then
That was probably too loud in the mic.
motivate.
My
Nah,
bad.
more of it was my fault actually, because now that I think, well, not now, but the more I think about it, the more stupid I did. One, the windows weren't down.
Uh-huh.
Two, I was doing probably like 60, 70 in a parkway.
But you're just
And
trying to get there too.
yeah, and the worst part about it, I was in cruise control.
Oh man, you
Yeah.
was bugging. You
Yeah,
was,
I know. I thought about
yeah.
it. Thought about it.
You was like, he
That's
was
what
like,
messed me up, bro. I swear. I'm like, that was why would I why? Like why? Like yeah. But then I think about it, is just when I'm driving, I'm falling asleep, I could probably let my foot go and I'm start slowing down. Probably
yeah.
that's why I put on the cruise control, but I wasn't thinking. So I was young
When you're
and
tired, you don't think.
yeah, that's facts. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
So Dave, you did you grow up in the church?
At Chestnut, I'm
No,
guessing.
just like in church at all, or
Nah, the
like
most.
how when did you get saved?
Well, I gave my life to God when I was in Haiti. This
Mm-hmm.
is when I got Haiti for punishment.
Uh
So
huh.
that's when I
You've told me about that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
How long
So
were you there?
2 years, two
Okay.
years, 2 years. Yeah. I think every Haitian kid that has a Haitian parent probably went to Haiti for punishment because they were bad and stuff like
Uh
that. And what's crazy thing about that, to this day, I still talk to my mom like, yo, I wasn't even that bad, mom. I was
huh.
like, I was at my best friend's house who lived across the street.
Mm-hmm.
All I wanted to do was play video games, playing what's the game we were playing? He had Dreamcast, and we were playing this WWF game.
Uh huh.
And then us Haitians, we didn't have a lot of money, so I didn't have any video games. So he had his video games.
Uh huh.
And I'm like, yo, mom, I'm just across the street. And as a Haitian parent, old school, which now that I have kids, I understand why she
Yeah.
was doing like that. But she didn't trust anybody.
Right.
If you're not Haitian, I don't trust them,
Yeah.
basically. So I was there always, every single day. School nights, the bad part about it, I was going home like around 6 o'clock in the morning.
I thought you were saying six. I was like
No, bro.
5, 6. That's not bad.
And what's worse
In
about
the
it is my
morning.
mom is the one that comes and get me. Like, yo, like, come on, get out. So yeah, I was doing that religiously. And then the thing about that is that I was just being rebellious because um, as a kid, especially a Haitian kid, growing up in America but being raised by an straight Haitian parents, you see how the two different cultures are different.
Mm-hmm.
Cause me, I wanted to be more like my friend, which is Carl. That was my best friend growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Cause he was he had a Haitian parents, but they were more American Haitian. So they let him
Gotcha.
have video games and stuff. He had more liberty to do more things instead of
Right.
me, who was like I felt restricted.
Yeah.
And so I remember I told my mom, I was like, yo, if I get this, I could stay home all day. But my mom was like, no. And then she would tell me, oh, I'll be saying why, but she was like, it's my way or the highway.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I was getting beat to it as well, beaten and stuff like that.
Uh huh.
And then so I remember I told my, I made a decision. I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna get beaten for having fun, I'm gonna have the best time of my life. So when I get beat, it's worth it. So that's why I be home, getting home like around 6, 5. We play video games all day.
I'm gonna get my money's worth. If I'm gonna get beaten, I might as well get my money's worth.
Exactly. So at least I had a great time, stuff like that. So
Now I know why your mom sent you to Haiti, because that's
it makes
clearly
sense,
like
yeah.
like you weren't bad, but it was like you were a super decisive kid. She
Yeah.
wasn't gonna get to you, so she was like, I gotta send this kid back.
Yeah. What's crazy, I couldn't stand her when I was like in high school. I couldn't stand her, but I always tell my friends, like, especially the kids I mentor and stuff like that. I always tell
Yeah.
them, like, you might not like the way your parents are, but once you have kids of your own, you understand why they did what they did.
Yeah.
You may not agree, but you understand why.
Yeah.
So she finally got tired of my BS and then sent me to Haiti. And I remember that ride, bro. It was middle of night, it was middle of the night. Nah, it was like early in the morning, actually, maybe like 5, 6 for like a 10 a.m.
Uh-huh.
airplane ride. But
Sounds about right.
and then I remember I was just at the window like this at the car ride to the airport. I'm like, God, please save me, like something. Crash the car. I can't go back. Like no. And then obviously I eventually went to Haiti. Oh, my dad lives in Haiti. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. That's the
Yeah.
reason why she sent me to Haiti.
Yeah.
My dad lives
You
in
went to go
Haiti.
live with your dad.
And then yeah, so when I went to Haiti, it really wasn't that bad. I had a great time of my life. I met some of the great people over there. So when I went to Haiti, I went to a Haitian church and all they spoke was French.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really understand. So all I did was read the Bible. And I read from all those stories in the Old Testament. And I remember I was reading this, and the more I read it, the more I was like, oh, this is dope. Like, this is some great stories and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then I remember during that church,
How old were you, by the way, during this time?
uh, I was sent when I was 14, so I had to be
Okay.
like 15. So I remember I was like, oh God, like you're really real. And then I remember I was like, yo, I want you, I want to follow you. I want to get to know you more. I want to be deeper in love with you because just listening, not listening, but reading these stories just made me fall in love with him. Just seeing what he did from David, Abraham, obviously, Jacob, Solomon, David's sons and stuff like that. I didn't know about David's sons, Absalom, and
Yeah.
how they and then how oh man, I didn't know none of those. They just opened my mind.
Yeah. David's story is
Yeah,
wild.
it is. And then what you call it? When I was here, I was going to Haitian church, but I had like American friends, so we would
Right.
just BS.
Yeah,
Never paid
yeah.
attention. And then once I went to Haiti, I didn't have nothing. I had to sit there for like 3 hours. Haitian church take long, so I didn't understand anything. I was like, let me just
Might as well read the Bible.
read the Bible from day one, and then after that, I was hooked. Every Sunday, sit down, read my Bible, reading the whole stories and stuff like that, being amazed. I felt like I was like in a series, watching a series, like a show series. Every Sunday is a new episode type. So I was excited and stuff like
My
that.
phone
so.
thinks it's saying, "Hey Siri."
Oh, yeah, it felt like a show. So at that moment, I remember I gave my life to God, and I was like, yo, yeah, I want to follow you, man.
That's crazy, man. So you give your life to God, like personally. It's literally just you and His Word, right?
Yes.
And then you come back.
Yes. A crazy thing, I came back because I got sick.
Okay.
I was technically supposed to stay. I don't even know how long I was supposed to stay. Yeah, so I got real sick. I had a hepatitis. It was the food poisoning one. I forgot. I forgot because there's A, B, and C. I forgot which
Uh-huh.
one I had. And I remember I had yellow eyes, and then my urine was like reddish and stuff. Like it was weird.
It was bad.
Yeah, but my dad was concerned, so he was like, "You gotta go to America because Haiti was very limited and stuff like
Yeah.
that." And then so
So he
Yeah,
sends you back now
he
to
sent
get
me
treated.
back to get treated, and obviously I came back to America, and everything was good, and yeah.
So your mom was like, "Okay, you can stay now."
Yeah, basically, I learned my lesson, and I got obviously got older and stuff like that. So I behaved the best as I could, but
You wasn't
yeah,
coming at 5 a.m. no more.
nah, nah. And then the crazy thing is that I thought it was gonna be miserable, but actually it's not. Like my dad, when my dad actually was used to live in America, what he did was he was born in Haiti, and then he had a dream to work in America, save as much money as he can, then go to Haiti and start a business over there. So
Okay.
that's what he did. He built a business that sells blocks to build houses and stuff like that. So he had a good enough money where he could take where I was able to go to an American school, not an
Mm.
American school, but a Haitian school that teaches in English.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
because I couldn't read French and I
Right.
couldn't speak French, and they were like strictly French.
Mm-hmm.
So he had money out there. I was well taken care of. Like I had money to go out in the streets and get some food, whatever I wanted to eat and stuff like that.
Right.
So and I met some great friends. Till to this day, I'm still cool. Like friends in Haiti that are back here in America. Yeah, I had a great time there. It definitely played a big role in my relationship with God. I'll tell you that.
It
If
was a
I
blessing
never,
in disguise.
yes, absolutely, definitely, that's perfect one. Blessing in disguise. Yeah. So, and I feel like if I never went to Haiti, I would never gotten closer to God at all.
Mm.
Maybe I would have, but
Yeah, I mean, like you're
we don't
thinking
know.
if it were just up to you, you
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have, but
Oh
God may
yeah.
have found another way. But
Exactly.
man, that's a really good example to me of those blessings in disguise where it's like you're like, nah, man, I'm really not trying to do this. I don't really want this to be a part of my life, and then all of a sudden God uses it to like not only bless you, but like that whole situation changed the trajectory of your whole life,
Yes.
like literally.
I've learned to appreciate the little things in life. I've seen a lot of horrible things in Haiti. But it definitely opened my eyes in life, opened my eyes in God. And I built a better relationship with my father. I was very, very close to my father when I was in Haiti. Yeah, it was a lot of things. It truly, truly was a blessing in disguise. I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more.
So you come back, now you're back in the States, and you get, how long was the treatment for everything? Like how long were
Oh, it
you,
was like
like you were
a
good?
couple weeks because I had
Okay.
to find out I just needed IVs. I need to get my blood clean, something like that. But yeah, it was a
Simple
couple weeks.
stuff.
Yeah,
So you
simple
were
stuff.
good.
Yeah.
And then did you go back to the Haitian church at that point? Tell me
No,
how you guys end up in.
funny. Well, not funny, but how me and Sandy actually were still going to Haitian church, but Sandy started going to Chestnut Street Community Church,
Right.
and what got me to go there was Rudy. Shout out to Kaz Lyon.
Were
Rudy
you
is
and
the
Rudy
one.
friends already at that point?
I'm sorry.
You and Rudy were friends at
No,
that
he's
point
my
already?
cousin.
Oh,
Rudy. Yeah,
cousins.
yeah, cousin. Yeah,
Yeah, duh.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's my cousin, and then we were close. He's the one that used to babysit us when we were kids. So he was like, "Yo, I got this church. If you want to come through, come through." And then, shockingly, my mom was cool with it, and so
Well, probably because
cousin
your
Rudy,
cousin, yeah, your cousin was there.
yeah,
Did
yeah,
he invite
yeah.
Sandy first or?
Sandy was already going there.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Sandy was already going there, and I was more. I just came from the Haiti, so I didn't really know much. And then that's when Rudy was like, "Hey, man, you want to come to church with me?" And I was like, "Sure." And then I ended up going to the church in Chestnut Street Community Church, and the rest
so
was
you're in church with
history.
your cousin,
Yes.
your sister. Was Bree there already?
Oh yeah, definitely Bree was there. Bree was there a whole
Were you
bunch.
scoping her out already, or like
Nah, not really. I was,
you were just chilling?
yeah, I was just chilling. I was scoping to other people, but yeah.
Glad that didn't work out, right?
Yeah, definitely, definitely, yeah. But more Bree was more. She was dating somebody actually at that time, and plus
Hmm.
she was closer to Sandy more than me.
Hmm.
And then Sandy, well, me and Sandy were very close because we were always together. And me going to Haiti was actually the first time we got separated because
Yeah.
we always go to Haiti together and then come back together. And then
How many
so
years separated are you guys?
uh 1 year because I
Just
was
one
born
year.
in January and she was born in April, March.
Okay.
So next year. So yeah, a year, about a year.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were very close. Some people thought we were twins when when both of us started coming to church and everything like that. And Bree, Brie actually admit like she was jealous. Like what? Like who is this guy? Like
Uh-huh.
she thought Sandy and I were like boyfriend and girlfriend. That's how close we
When you
were.
first came.
Yeah, because we were always sitting together, always talking, and plus I didn't know anybody at the church, so I
Right.
was mostly just hanging out around Sandy a lot. So yeah, a lot
Hmm.
of people thought of that.
Okay, so now you come back, and I know sometimes, I don't know if this was the case for you, but you tell me. A lot of times we have like encounters with God, right? We have these, you go to Haiti, you have this encounter with God, you give your life to him. Now you come back. And like you said, if you would have just stayed here, you probably would have never gotten close to him, right?
Mm-mm.
So, going back to what I was saying, right? A lot of times we have an encounter with God, and then we go back to our normal life, and everything kind of like either falls apart or it's super hard.
Mm.
How was it for you, like transitioning back to over here? Did you just kind of like take off and you were like good spiritually, or did you struggle for a couple years? How was it for you? Because you had already
Well,
decided you were going to give your life
yes,
to God.
yes,
Like
yes,
you were already firm in
yes.
that
But then
decision.
I was still a kid,
Yeah,
not
you're
fully
still learning.
understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, I was still committed to church. Used to go to youth group all the time. That's how committed I was to God. Let's think. Yeah, I mean, another moment that happened was Jag. Me and Jag. That's when me and Jag became very, very close, and wanted to basically. He was like, he plays a big part of my relationship with God because he helped me understand the deeper how to get deeper in love with God and not just type of surface. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because I was the surface. I was like, oh yeah, I love God, and then so he'll be asking me like, okay, you love God? What do you love about God? And I'm like, he's God. He's everything I love. And then I couldn't give an answer. So I mean, it's not I couldn't give an answer. I just couldn't. I didn't understand his question.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then he basically took me under his arms, and I remember, yeah, he took me under his arms and basically helped me understand life, but yet in the God way, if that makes sense. Like whatever obstacle I'm going through, he helped me understand it, like spiritually wise, if that makes sense. Like he helped me be a better man, if
Yeah, for
basically.
sure.
So, um,
You got lucky with your cousins, bro.
oh yeah,
You have some
yeah,
really dope
yo,
cousins.
I remember Rudy had Bible studies every Tuesday nights, and Elizabeth, me, Bree, Sandy, Joseph, Justin, I believe, and Jasmine's. We used to go have Bible study at his house, and we would listen to Jason Upton. Rudy introduced me to Jason Upton, and I remember those days. And that's when I was cool with the Bibles, and me and Rudy were linked in. Jag stepped in and helped me be a better man in
Okay.
life, and then basically how to be a better man in life and spiritually, how to love God
More
in a
like a
deeper way.
one-on-one relationship with
Yes,
you and
yeah,
him.
yeah, the perfect one. Yeah, more like a one on one. Um, yeah, so Jack stepped in, helped me with so many things in life. So many things. Like I remember he was actually the first male figure to tell me that he loves me. And
Mm,
that played a big part because like I said, when growing up Haitian, now that I have kids, I understand my dad loved me through actions.
yeah.
But growing up in America, I see dads saying to kids, I love you.
Yeah.
And then I felt I needed that. I no
Yeah.
one ever
Understandably so.
exactly.
Yeah.
No one ever told me they love me. And then the thing is, I'm not gonna be like, hey, can you say you love me? I'm not
Yeah. Because then it's not real. It's like, hey,
exactly.
hey, you love me?
And
You love
then
me?
and then I remember I was going through some girl problems, bro. And it was and then now I was not. It's not even that serious. But then I
Uh-huh.
remember I
But
came up
back
to
then it was super serious.
exactly, and I remember I had a meeting with Jag, and I remember I let him down, and I felt so bad because I basically bailed out on him,
Mm,
and I felt so bad. And then I remember Jag's like the number one guy I do not want to disappoint, and I
right.
felt so bad. And I remember Jag was pissed off. I came up to him like, "Yo, what's up, Jag? We still cool?" And he's like, "Nah, I gotta talk to you." I'm like, oh crap.
And he's scary when he's
Oh
mad
my,
too. Yeah.
he's no joke. He even
He's
left me
scary when
hanging
he's
and everything. I
mad.
was like, nah, we gotta talk. in his office and stuff like that. And then the thing Jag was just going off on me. He was cursing at me and stuff like that. And one
Uh-huh.
thing about Jag I love about, he is honest with me, and I
Yeah.
love honest. I respect honesty,
Mm-hmm.
and then
He keeps it real.
I respect if you don't. I respect that you're willing to put my feelings aside and just be honest with me.
Mm.
And Jag was basically letting me know how he felt,
Yeah.
and then he was just letting all his emotions out and stuff like that. And I felt I let him down, and I never took our relationship serious as much as he did. And
Mm.
that's why I felt like I let him down because I never look at it because I was still young and I'm dealing with girl problems. And I remember I started crying. I was like, I got this chick, man. I'm going through a lot. And actually, I really wasn't going through a lot now that I think about it. But I feel like the whole world is against me. And I feel like I'm like, yo, I let you down. I'm so sorry. I have nothing in life and blah, blah, blah. And I remember Jag just stood up and hugged me mid talk. And he hugged me. I'm like, and it throws me off. And he hugged me. He was like, I love you, man. Bro,
Messed you up even more.
I was crying. Like I felt my whole wall shattered after that. And then that was the moment I I think that helped me become a better man actually that
Yeah.
moment because I felt I didn't know another man besides my father could say they love me and stuff like that. And then at that moment, you could tell he truly meant it because
Mm-hmm.
he just hugged me midway. And I don't know what made him. I don't know what I did. What made him just do that? What exactly what he knew to say? But all he said was, "I love you." He hugged me and said, "I love you," and I broke into tears. And I was like, no one has. Matter of fact, yeah, no one has ever told me they love me. Of course, girls, but but girls and girls. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. But he truly in a deeper meaning. I knew I felt it. I felt the love, and ever since then, me and Jag were like stuck to. I was glued to Jag.
Yeah.
Whenever Jag, I was glued. And I think I was committed to Jag, like committed to Jag. Whatever he was going, I'm there. He needs help, I'm there. I'll drop whatever I'm doing for Jag because I was so committed to him
Yeah.
because he was such a male figure, father figure to me in my life. I just always wanted to make him proud.
Mm.
And then Jag is one of the main reason why I end up training kids for basketball because I want to do what he did. I want to do to other kids what he did for me.
Yeah.
I was more like a pay it forward thing because he changed my life completely. And then yeah, and that was Jag. And then Billy is more like basketball wise. He helped me
Yeah.
get better in basketball. It's crazy. I guess, saw my potential. And he's like, "Yo, just come to my house this summer. We're gonna work on your game." And I was like, "All right." And then next thing you know, I was one of the worst players and now one of the best players. And after that one summer, so shout out to Billy. He definitely changed my game completely. But yeah, I guess I was blessed with a lot of cousins that were played a big part in my life and stuff like that.
Hey, what is going on? Listen, really quick, I just wanted to interrupt this episode to give you a quick message about our Patreon page. Patreon is a platform that allows creators like me to be able to make exclusive content for people like you, and in turn for you to help support our ministry efforts and our creative efforts in trying to advance the gospel to everyone that might be going through a painful situation so that they can believe that their valley has purpose and they can roar on their mountaintop. Would you consider joining our Patreon today, becoming a member and supporting us in that goal so that we can reach more people for God's kingdom and bless more lives? More information down below in the description. Let's go back to the episode right now. See you guys later. I'm glad you did too, because you know, with our obviously Puerto Rican culture is not one for one with Haitian culture, but we have a lot of similarities. And so our cultures can be pretty like rough at times, and really like
My way or the highway.
my way or the highway. Parenting is like really like shut up or I'm gonna slap you.
Yep.
You know, like
Oh, absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like that, all that stuff. And now we're parenting like completely different, right? But
Yeah.
we grew up in a time where a lot of us just wanted to be loved. Like we wanted to be loved. And I'm sure that our parents or the different parents of people that may be listening that come from similar cultures, they wanted to hear the "I love you" too. So, but they just never got it. So
Mm,
sometimes you become used to that, you know.
mm.
But it's interesting to me that because I've worked with you and I know you more than just like somebody who I bring on for the first time. Love is you literally live by that principle, um, and that adds a lot of context to the reasons why you live the way that you do. I would say that you're very intentional about living by the principle of love. It's not necessarily like you're walking up to people like, "Hey, I love you. Hey, I love you. Hey, I love you." You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you show people love. You will say "I love you" to people too. And I've also seen you just be very intentional about making people feel loved.
Yes. Absolutely.
And so I think that is so dope that even though you came from a childhood where maybe you were malnourished of that love that you desperately wanted, right?
Mm.
Even though, like you said, your dad was showing it through action, and probably a lot of other people too, right? Because everybody in our cultures
Yeah.
they show it in different ways, right?
Exactly. I didn't understand until I have my own kid. I was
Yeah,
like, okay.
now you get it, right?
Yeah.
But you were able to kind of like break that chain and now go above and beyond to show people
Yeah.
that
Absolutely.
love that they need.
Absolutely. Yeah. I always try to intentionally show love. And I always very, very slow to be angered. It's more this even on a basketball court. People try to push me. And if you play basketball, especially competitive, people will say the craziest things to me. They say the craziest things, and I
You just
I don't
laugh it
break.
off.
Yeah, I laugh it out. That's my defensive mechanism. Laugh it out and help me calm down. Even
Yeah,
if I'm trying to argue, even if I'm arguing with Bree, she'll tell you like I'm smiling just to help me calm down because I don't want to say something I hurt the relationship. So even the people I play with my friends. I don't want to say anything that could hurt our friendship, stuff like that. So
yeah,
I'd rather kill you in silence in a basketball court.
yeah.
So,
It's a good way to put it. I mean,
exactly.
the
Yeah.
only place I've actually seen you angry was the basketball court. That's the
Oh
only place I've
yeah.
actually seen you angry.
Yeah, that's more like on a teammate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
teammates like, yo, you got to step up and play your
Uh
game.
huh.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, but
because it's
just a
competitive. Competitive is, for me,
exactly.
competitive is a whole.
Yeah,
There's different. We live by different rules when it comes to the basketball court. It's
absolutely.
a
Yeah,
completely different thing,
Bree
buddy.
doesn't like me on a basketball court. It's like you a jerk.
Hey, like it gets the job done, right?
Yeah.
So okay, so talk to me about some of those aside from the how old were you when the whole Jag thing happened where he said I
I had
love
to
you
be
to you?
maybe 16 or 17, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what's God doing in your life throughout all those years after that? Like leading up
After
until
that,
now, like how did God work on you throughout those years? What did you experience? How did you experience God throughout those years? What went on with you aside from what you've shared already?
well, I would say like I said, it was like more deeper type of relationship. Because I remember when, like I said, me and Jack were very close. We used to read books together and try to dissect it chapter by chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. I remember we read a book, I believe called 15 Laws. No, I'm sorry. The first book we read was Life of a Purpose, I believe it's called.
Purpose
Or
driven life.
there you go, Purpose Driven Life. I remember we read that first book, and that helped me understand more. And I reread another book, I think it's called 15 Laws
Was it a
of
John Maxwell book?
yes, one of the John Maxwell's book and stuff like that. And we were reading it together. And basically, I was more trying to understand God in a deeper meaning. Um, I believe that's what Jag was trying to show me. Like, you don't have to be on the surface.
Yeah.
You don't have, because I was more like, Sunday, God, and then Monday, Tuesday, and stuff like that is regular day.
Yeah.
But then God was trying to show me, like, no, it's not just Sunday, it's also
Mm.
Monday and then like every little thing. Now I do what I do is whenever I'm like I said, I work for FedEx, I'm a truck driver and stuff like that. So whenever I'm driving, something simple could happen And I'm just like, oh man, God, and I see this person struggling. I pray that you bless them.
Yeah.
I know you're doing something beautiful in his life. I pray that you show your love to him and stuff like that. That was from Jag, from teaching me the deeper meaning of God's love. And I'm, is sometimes I'm looking, I'm like, oh God, thank you for blessing me for healthy family. Thank you for my friends. Or I also pray, oh God, I'm thinking of Eric right now. I pray that you bless him, protect his whole family and stuff like that. This this what helps me get deeper into relationship with God. Where now I'm talking to him, whatever I do, he's involved. So I intentionally try to get him involved and stuff like that. So Jag played definitely a big part of that. So that was the beginning. At that moment, I was trying to understand how to do that in a consistent basis, and so Jag was trying to help me with that process. So
And so
that's what I
you
was going through.
continue to grow from there, deepen your relationship with him.
Exactly.
Did you ever have a point where your faith got shaken?
I don't think so.
You know, like like the idea of being battle tested, right? Because we learn concepts
Yeah.
and we learn. It's like practice, right?
Mm.
Don't hear Allen Iverson right now.
Yeah. That,
It's like,
definitely not.
you know how they'll say when you go to practice is you practice game speed,
Mm-hmm.
and it still doesn't fully simulate an actual game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when we're going through these different situations, and even Jag was helping to mentor you and disciple you and help you grow and deepen your relationship with God, right? I'm sure the enemy came and tried to break you down at some point. And now because of that, you're battle tested. So it's the difference between,
Yeah. Yeah. I
I'm
understand.
thinking about your moments between where God showed up and it's like, oh, okay. You know, actually, that reminds me of something I wanted to say earlier too, because you were talking about um how when you were a teenager and you were going through the girl issues, right? And
Mm-hmm.
to you, like that was the biggest thing in the world. Um, one of the things that I've realized is that for you at that time, that was huge. Like that was messing you up just as much if like something way crazier happened now,
Mm-hmm.
that either one that you could handle or one that would like really bring you to your knees, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the main difference is not just the fact that you're older. The difference is that your bandwidth has expanded. Like you've grown as a person, you can handle more. And when we're younger, we can't handle as much. Like it's serious. Having issues at school where like people are gossiping about you or something like that and
Yeah.
making up rumors in seventh grade, and now your friend doesn't want to talk to you. It's like to us now, we're like a lot of adults, we tend to do this. Like we think back and we're like, that wasn't nothing. But it was, you had less bandwidth, you had less
Mm.
strength, if you will, right?
Yeah, that's
And
true.
so we I always try to see people wherever they are in their life. Like I even do it with my kids, right? So sometimes I'll get tight with Kaya or something like that
Yeah, of
because
course.
she'll cry because she was playing with the phone and it fell on the floor and
Mm-hmm.
she's having a full on meltdown. And I'm like, yo, that's not that serious. But to her, that's like if I don't even want to like name stuff, but you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to give anybody no ideas, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But you
exactly.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like to her, that's a super impactful thing, right? And obviously God was increasing your bandwidth as a man throughout all of those years leading up to now, even, right? Of course. And I'm wondering, how was it tested in those moments throughout your life where God still showed up for you, obviously? But how did the enemy try to come at David? What he tried to throw at you?
I mean, that's that's tough. Trying to remember because he doesn't. I feel like the enemy wasn't coming. He wasn't trying to test me big, if
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. I feel like he was testing me by little things. consistent.
That sounds like a better strategy with you, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's just something, little things and stuff like that. And I guess if I fall into the pattern, then yeah. But I'm trying to think like
And you know
moments
why
when
I
I
say that
tested.
it sounds like that's a better strategy with you?
Mm.
Because I was literally thinking about this earlier when we were talking about how the fact that just talking to you is clear that you're a very principled person. You live by principles, you take them seriously, you focus in on them, you make decisions, and you live out by it. So it goes even back to the thing with your mom, where she's like telling you you gotta come home, and you're like, nah, if I'm gonna get a beating, I'm gonna get my money's worth out of this fun, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that if I'm gonna try to break somebody like you down, quote unquote, right?
Hmm.
It makes sense to me that subtlety would be a much more viable option, because if I come to in your face, you're just gonna make the decision to trust God, for example,
Because it's so
right?
obvious.
Yeah, because it's so obvious. So
Yeah.
subtlety is the way to go, because if I can like lure you into being like lazy or apathetic in your faith, or make you get a little bit of bitterness here, right? Then I can kind of like find a crack rather than trying to break the whole thing and get into your head, right?
Mm.
So that kind of makes sense. So I guess unless you have something you want to share, my next question would be for you would be, I wonder how you handle those subtle things. Do you notice them, or is it like because it's less noticeable, maybe it takes you some time to be like, oh wait, hold up, and then you catch it and now you make that decision? Is it the same?
Yeah, I mean, I could think of a moment where I don't know, now that I think about it, I don't know why I think it was more of a competitive, because like I said, I work for FedEx. I'm a FedEx ground driver,
Mm-hmm.
and there was one season in my life where it, I remember I had to look for a certain, because when it comes to FedEx, when it comes to working for FedEx ground as a driver, you have the loaders load up your truck and you load the truck how you want it to load.
Okay.
So I'm a very organized, neat person. So I want everything to be. So when I'm driving my truck, I park, turn around,
You know
look,
exactly where
I
something
see what's
is.
oh, it's right there. So now things happen where as I'm driving, I turn, stuff fall on the ground, stuff like that. So I get triggered, if that makes sense. I get
Mm-hmm.
annoyed, like, why couldn't you just stay up there? Why you gotta be on the
Yeah.
ground? Now I gotta look for it, stuff like that. So let's say if I have two packages for Eric, there could be one right there, and the other one might fall all over there, and I'm looking for it. And for some reason, I'm thinking I'm being timed, so I'm getting annoyed. And I remember I kick boxes and stuff like, because I'm like, yo, where the frick is this box?
Uh huh.
And then sometimes where I'll be like, no, F it, forget it. Take the deliver it to Eric. And then I drive her, and later on the day I see it, I'm like, you stop box. So I remember I caught myself. I'm like, yo, why am I getting so upset, frustrated? Like I'm not being timed, nothing. I think I'm so organizing freak, if that's a word, that I anything that slightly changes, I
Wow.
get pissed off, like
Yeah.
frustrated, like I'm hurting the box or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what the f is this box? Like, I swear, if I find you later on, I'ma kick the mess out you.
Uh huh.
And then I remember I used to ask the worship team to pray for me, because I remember I was like, yo, that can't be healthy, me getting upset this easily. And then slowly but surely I'm getting much better at it. But I
Yeah.
felt like maybe well, I felt now that I think about it, I felt maybe that was probably testing me.
Yeah.
It might not look like it's nothing because they're just boxes,
Nah,
but
bro.
it could be something deeper than that.
Yeah.
Jag. When I tell you, Jag changed my life, bro. He taught me one. It's a quote he said when I was down in my life, and he said the right question is like he said whatever I'm doing, it's not there's nothing wrong with it, but it's what is right with it. And I
Ooh.
remember I was like, nah, it's
Wow. That's
something,
crazy.
yeah,
That's
like
good.
Yeah, no, he helped me open my eyes. Like, what's and then he always told me to look at the situation and stop and just think what's really going on. And now he
Yeah,
helped me to get deeper into the problem. Like instead of looking at surface, like I'm just pissed off. Like now, what's really going on, David? And then that helped me like no, like I have perfection, I guess.
yeah,
Not perfection, it's I'm an organized freak and stuff like
yeah,
that. So he helped me be more patient and like, no, things happen, and then things doesn't go my way all the time, and I have to learn to be okay with that.
yeah.
And then that helped me to overcome that type of situation. Now I don't get mad anymore. I just smile like it happens. Even if I can't find the box, I was like, oh damn, where's the box?
That's a completely different approach.
Exactly, yeah. It's like, oh well, and then I just take it, deliver. If I find it later on, I just bring it right back again
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Because I realize I don't get timed for work.
yeah,
I really don't need to get upset, and then I don't know why I was getting upset. I guess I was just so focused into like being everything just being organized and stuff like that. Even my boss, he he loves the way I work because he might think I can't fit nothing into the truck, but I make it a way where everything fits in my truck where I don't leave nothing behind. And then he gets always impressed, like, wow, I can't believe everything fit. I was like, yeah, it's just organizing it. I organize it and stuff like that where everything's perfect. Now, when years ago, if I ever said everything perfect, my first thought, everywhere. That's when I get pissed off. But
yeah.
now I don't really get pissed off. I just try to organize it the best as I can. If something happens, then so be it,
You keep it
basically.
moving.
So yeah.
You
So
know, that's I know you said that. Wow, you said that it might not seem like nothing, but I actually got a lot from that, to be honest,
mm,
because I think that we all have these like idiosyncrasies uh and specific things that we want to be a certain way.
yeah.
And if you're not careful, when you get hung up on that, all these emotions can well up inside of you. And something that wouldn't necessarily be like quote unquote sin can become something that hinders you or can become sin,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you act out
That could
based
even
on
get
that
bigger.
thing. Yeah, and it becomes completely this huge thing that it wasn't even before. And there's a lot of what our conversation is kind of centering around right now,
Mm,
I think, is about decisions. And in that moment we don't realize it, but we're still making a decision. Like when the truck would get messed up, yeah, you got mad, but at that moment we decide, am I going to slow down, like Jack said, right?
mm-hmm.
Ask yourself what's
Really
really
going
going on here. Not what's wrong about this, what's right about this,
on. Mm-hmm.
right? These are good questions to ask because you're slowing yourself down
Yep.
and you're saying, okay, you know what that is to me, bro? To
Mm,
be honest, that's like choosing to live with a growth mindset, choosing to
yeah.
live beyond what you would naturally be if you weren't intentional about growing as a man,
Mm-hmm.
right? As a worker, as a father, or whatever the case may be, which is what a lot of people do. Like we don't all choose to grow. We don't all choose to grow. And yeah, granted, you could have probably said some big thing, right? But it's not always the big things. It's like, what are we doing with those small
Small little
moments? The
things.
ones
Yeah.
that, especially the ones that repeat themselves.
It was
That's what really
months.
speaks to me about it, because this is something that was probably happening to you like
Yep.
3, 4 times a week because you're making a turn, stuff's gonna fall and you're losing the package is lost. Now you're frustrated, adding all this pressure to yourself. Like you said, nobody's timing you, but for some reason you still feel this pressure because we live this anxious lifestyle in the Western world, right? Like we everything is just, oh, we gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even want to slow down. And it's like, I think that as Christians, we have to be able to stop in those moments and ask ourselves or ask God, like, God, what's really going on here?
Yep.
I I actually do that a lot as a parent. Because if you want to talk about getting triggered, those little kids will trigger you, boy. Like, get triggered all the time. And then you know what really gets on my nerves, bro?
What?
About myself? When there's things that my parents did that I couldn't stand.
Mm.
But then that's the first things that comes out of me when I get triggered.
Mm.
Because we learn
Yeah.
Whatever we do, our kids are picking it up.
Absolutely, yeah.
They're gonna take what we do 100 times more than they take what we say. And so it's the same with us. Everything my parents did, it's in me.
Yeah.
Right? And so even though I don't want to do it, in those moments, especially when I get triggered, it's the first thing that comes out.
That's
and
so
in that
true.
moment, I have to make a decision.
Yeah.
You got to make a decision. Whatever it is that's triggering you, let's flip that on its head for people that's viewing, right? What if something triggers you and all of a sudden now you are in a situation where you might cheat on your wife?
Yeah.
You got triggered.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment, you got to make a decision.
Yeah.
And everybody always thinks about the big stuff, right? It's like, oh, well, no, I didn't cheat on her. I didn't sleep with this woman. But are you flirting with her?
Yep.
Are you joking around too much with her? Those small things, you know, those are the dangerous things that can get you in trouble in the long run. And even if they don't get you in trouble, that's not even the point. The point is, in that moment, I love what Jag said, bro. What's right about this?
Word.
When I choose to scream at my kids, what's right about this? If you're choosing to flirt with the young lady at your job, what's right about that? Mm-hmm. Maybe you don't see it as flirting, but do you talk to everybody else the way that you talk to her?
Yeah.
Or in the moments where you choose to get angry because your packages fell, what's right about this? There's so many things we can apply that to, bro, that it's literally gold. It's worth its weight in gold. Because if we truly want to glorify God with our lives, if we truly want to be everything that God is calling us to be, it's not just the big things, it's the little things too.
Absolutely. Funny thing is that, with the kids, it definitely used to be triggered. And then I remember, like, for example, with Zuko, he's a gentle hearted. With my son, he wouldn't hurt a fly. He's such a gentle hearted, and he's very emotional. So I'm trying to help him balance how to man up, or try to be in his feeling, like what's really wrong, Zuko, and stuff like that. And then I remember I tried to before, I was getting annoyed. I'm like, yo, like, it's not that serious, because he loved planets. Like, I remember this moment. He has we bought him a planet ball with a whole bunch of balls and stuff like that. And then it's 9 planets, I believe. Yeah, right. So he can't.
I forgot.
It's a lot of planets.
It's 9. Yeah, we got planets.
So obviously he can't carry all of them.
This ain't a planet podcast.
I'm telling y'all, he knows more things than he knows dwarfs' names. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know.
That's insane.
Yeah, he's loved. So anyway, so he has small hands, so he can't carry all 9. So you can hear him crying every time because he trying to pick up one, the other one falls, and he's crying. I'm like, Zuko, like, come on, it's okay. Like, here's a box. He doesn't want a box and stuff like that. And then so I used to get annoyed, like, yo, Zuko, stop crying. You don't have to cry and stuff like that. But now I'm like, oh no, Zuko, it's okay. It's okay. What can Bay, they call me Bay. Mm-hmm. So what can Bay do to help you, to carry? Like, can you hold one? And I'm like, all right, hold one. And then even though he's still crying, crying, but it's not annoying me crying. Yeah. So I try to basically I'm trying to balance.
Yeah.
I'm trying to balance it. Not
validating
totally,
him
not totally be that strict parent, but yet trying to be loving parent, but yet still trying to teach him how to be a man, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, even the rest of my kids, I try to do the same thing with them, but different personalities and stuff like that. And even with Uriah, they all have different, Cam, they all have different personality. I try to with their personality, trying to balance it and stuff like that. Because I remember, well, I know I don't want to be like my parents, even though I understand what they did, the decision that they did that I didn't like. I understand
Yeah.
why, but I don't want to do that, be like them, but I want to be better than them. So
Right.
I want to do the best as I can, not to spoil my kids, but yet trying to teach them to appreciate the little things in life like I did, but yet I still love them anyway through their personalities and stuff like that. So that's what I decisions again. I'm trying to make a decision like I'm trying to balance it, basically trying to balance the fatherhood and stuff like that. And plus, I was bad when I was their age, so I'm more appreciative as I'm watching them climbing into the table. I'm smiling like I probably would have done that.
Yeah.
And then Bree's like, "Oh my God, why would you let them crawl?" Yeah, and also too, I have my mom and dad in me because whenever they fall off the bed and start crying, I'll be like, "Oh, you got what you were looking for, right?"
Yeah.
Instead of comforting there,
You
I'm like,
learn
got,
now, right?
exactly,
You learned.
you learned. You got what you're looking for. So, yeah, we can't help it. Still have our parents inside of us, but we
Yeah.
still trying to balance it, try to be the best parents as we can. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's all about making those decisions, man.
the
Like,
word.
you gotta, in each of those moments, we have so much more control than we realize, bro. But the control comes in when we stop. I feel like we don't have control when we just live life. Like we let life dictate to us what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like life comes and you just make knee jerk reactions. Yeah, you don't really have control because you're not trying to.
Yeah.
So in order for us to really have that control, we gotta slow down. You gotta be like, in that
Understand the
moment, you
situation.
gotta choose to be like, oh, what's wrong? Like, oh, okay, you can't carry all the plans. How can we solve that? Can you hold one for me, Dad? Yes, I can. Come on, let's bring them to the table together, right? Like, you chose to do that.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and we don't realize sometimes there are things that we've been struggling with for so long, but we are struggling with them because we refuse to slow down.
Yeah.
We refuse to just stop and think. Those questions are pure gold. Like, yo, I'm telling the people listening, those questions to ask yourself, like, what's right about this? What's really going on here? What decision can I make right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to write that down because, like, that's nice. It's really insightful.
What's crazy is that even on a basketball court, I try to teach the kids I'm training, like a kid that doesn't have a left hand.
Yeah.
I always tell them you have to make a decision to use your left hand. You're not just gonna automatically use your left hand. So that even in life, like we're not automatically gonna. So like in the beginning, I didn't just first time Zuko started crying about the planet. I didn't just quickly say, "Hey, how can I help you?" No, I burst out like, "Zuko, man up, pick all these planets. You good?" I had to make a decision
to change that.
Like, no, that's not good. And then I just work on it. Where now I do it without even thinking. Like my left hand, I never had left hand. I had to make a decision. Like I'm going with my left. Like no matter what, even it may look ugly.
It's so crazy that you say that because, when I was in high school, I had a mean right hand, but I had no left. And one of the most annoying things you could hear on the court is force him left. Force him left. And I got tired of that. And I would say like 99% of people, they never choose to do something about it.
Yep.
They just kind of hope their left hand's going to get better or their right will get so fast. Like they try to blow past everybody and whatever. I don't know. So I don't even think anybody's making a decision. They're just going to keep living life. But I made a decision one summer. And what I literally said was, I'm only going left the whole summer. So every time I played ball, I went out with my left hand.
Yep.
I actually pretended I was a lefty. Yep. I started shooting with my left.
I bet you in the beginning it looked ugly at first, right?
It was ugly, bro. It was my left was so bad, bro.
I airball, even in the middle of the game, I airball left hand.
Airballs, everything. But you know what's also the crazier thing too, though? Because I was so aggressive with pursuit, like I literally told myself I'm only driving left. I still went right a couple times because it's muscle memory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But pretty much that whole summer, all I did was use my left. Like over 90% of the time, I was going out with my left. It didn't even take that long for my left to get way stronger. It didn't take that long.
Yep.
But it didn't take that long because I made a decision. It was a very aggressive decision,
Exactly.
but ball was life back then. And I took it serious. And I was
Mhm.
tired of people saying force him left. It was a weakness in my game. It was a really
Exactly.
bad weakness. And um, was I shooting like that back then? I could shoot, but I wasn't shooting as much as I was in my 20s.
Hmm.
So it wasn't like I had another option. I just used to drive right, drive right, drive right. And I got tired of it, so I made a decision. So it's so crazy that you bring that up
Yeah.
because it's it's so practical. That's I feel like it's so practical that some people might be like, man, that ain't
It
that deep. And it's not.
is.
It's not that deep, but
It's deep.
it's deep and it's real.
Yep.
Like it's really real. Like there's things in your life that you have to make a decision about.
Yep.
Are you gonna keep being am I gonna go there? Are you gonna keep being some horny ass dude at your job, still watching porn in your 30s,
Yep.
still lusting after all these women, or are you gonna do something about it?
Are you gonna make a decision?
Are you gonna make a decision? And what's that decision? Are you gonna dive into your relationship with God so that the intimacy that you crave so much that you never got as a kid stops
Hmm.
being women and it starts being the Lord?
Yep.
And now all of a sudden you're free? Are you going to make a decision to be a better person, a better dad, a better worker, a better whatever it is that you're struggling with? Because we all have things that we are working through. Are you going to
Hmm.
make a decision?
That's so true. Yeah.
I know it
Even
sounds overly practical, but
nah, it's fine. This is life. And plus another thing too is that even though, like I said, like basketball terms, even though you miss your left hand layups in the beginning, you start to realize, okay, I just need to do a little bit more to the left, or a little bit higher, or a little bit stronger, or I just need to spin it a little bit. You still miss the left hand layup, but you gain something from the left hand layup. From the left, now next time you're gonna go up, you're gonna make it. Now you get more confidence, even though you still miss free layups and stuff like that, but now you have a left hand.
yeah,
Even though you miss even though you miss left hand layups, you still have a left hand.
yeah,
Like, but that's just reality. We make a decision like, nah, I missed the left hand. No, I'm still gonna go left.
yeah.
I'm still gonna go left.
I'm going
Yeah,
to turn this weakness into a strength.
exactly. So
Like
now,
it might not be as strong as your other areas,
right?
right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
if we're going with the basketball analogy, you might not be as good as your shooting or your right hand,
Yep.
but it's not this glaring weakness that people can exploit.
Hmm.
Or if we take that to our relationship with God,
Yep.
that the devil can exploit against you.
Exactly. It's perfect. It's like you playing 1-on-1 against the devil in
Yeah.
basketball court. Devil's gonna force you left. You're gonna have to go left.
Dang, that's crazy.
It really is, man.
That's
Devils. Now think about it. If let's say if you're not that good to respond when someone's talking trash to you, that's the devil trying to mess with your head, talking trash. What you gonna do about it? Make a decision. All right, I gotta attack them. I'm just saying that's literally how it is. That's why I try to teach the kids I'm training through basketball, not in a Christian wise way, but
yeah.
in life way, because I want to help them to be better men and without better men without basketball, but yeah,
Yeah.
using basketball basically.
Right.
So
Right. Which
that's
is
the
the perfect gateway because a lot of
exactly. So that's it's literally comes down back to decision. You got to make a decide. Like, no, I'm gonna get better at it by making deciding to go with my left hand. I'm gonna get better by I'm deciding to read my Bible today. I may mess up tomorrow, but the next day I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna read it again, and I'm gonna read it, keep reading until I get better at it. Stuff like that. Proving another. That's just an example, basically.
yeah.
So yeah,
Man, bro, that was amazing, bro. Thank you so much, man.
yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you.
And thank you for like sharing your story, bro, and sharing your heart, man. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on here.
Had a good
And
time.
I know that there's some people that are really gonna be blessed by this if they're not the type of person that's gonna be like to brush it off like because I think there's some people that might be like that. But yo, this is like
It's
worth
all
its weight in gold.
it's all
Like,
good. I root for that one out of the 99.
yeah,
I appreciate that one. So
same here.
definitely.
Bro, anything you want to say before we close out?
Um, well, shout out to Jag, Rudy, Kazlayan, Billy. Shout out to Bree. You gotta come up here. Gotta come up here. So I'm excited to hear. I'm excited for you guys to hear her story. So yeah, that's it. That's it. Love you guys. Love you. It's all about love.
I love you, bro.
Love you too,
Thank you
bro.
so much for everything. And for you guys, we hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. We will obviously see you in the next one. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And we will see you in the next one. Like I just said, take it easy. Have a great one. Peace.
Yes, sir.